All right, welcome everyone. We call this meeting to order. Let's do the roll call. Vice Chair Courtney.
Here.
Commissioner Francisco.
Here.
Commissioner Onat.
Here.
Commissioner May Folden. Not here. Okay, I didn't. Did you hear from her?
Priya just wrote and said she couldn't make it.
Okay,
so.
okay. Commissioner Peterson.
Here.
I've got a request to be absent by Kermit Appeal.
I move to. Wait,
accept
can we
this.
still move it?
Yeah.
Okay. I move to excuse Kermit Appeal.
A second.
Moved and seconded. Those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
I move to excuse Commissioner
Oh, yes.
Mayfield.
Oh, yeah. Mayfield.
Can I
Yes.
amend my?
We can just do it twice.
Yeah, dude.
We can just do it twice.
Okay, well,
Okay.
I move to excuse Commissioner May Folden.
Second.
Those in favor and those opposed, motion carries. Okay. And public comments. So on the list is Lauren and Marnie. You guys want to do this together or separately?
No, we're here saying the same thing.
Okay.
I'm the taker, she's,
Got it.
I'm the voice.
she's the voice.
All right. Well, thanks for filling this out for us. Go ahead and
Of
proceed.
course, thank you for allowing us to come here and make public comment. My name is Lauren St. Martin, and I'm here representing the Mountlake Terrace Rapid Response Team. We're in the process of developing such a team. Most of us, the spearheads of this team have been trained by the Washington Immigration Solidarity Network. And we are active participants in the Snohomish County Rapid Response Team. Briefly, Rapid Response is a group of local volunteers who show solidarity with our community by responding to ICE and Homeland Security activity to confirm that such activity has taken place or is taking place, to document as per our constitutional rights, and to support the family and community of anyone who may be detained, and to try and get them connected to the Washington Immigration Solidarity Network and the resources that they provide to people who have been detained. Watson is an immigrant-led organization, and we've been very proud to partner with them and to learn from them in this process. So why we're here right now is that we are trying to make inroads with our community and to bring people together in solidarity for our immigrant neighbors. And one of the ideas that we have had to do that is that we are trying to inform people of their constitutional rights to the best of our ability. And we were hoping that maybe we could work with and that we could support your work and partner with you and perhaps have a presence at the Welcome Week to help people know about their constitutional rights and help them know about us and the resources that we can provide to them as they get settled here. We've also been thinking of other ways that we might partner with you, but that's kind of the first on the top of our list, and we would love to have further conversation with the DEIC to talk about other ways that we might work together to support our community.
Can you say something?
Yes.
So you mentioned that you're interested in joining Welcoming Week. Are they on the list? Did we?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah. Too bad Andrew's not here.
I have the list, I mean, I'm happy to.
Yeah.
Well, Kermit's in the waiting
Oh, Kermit's here.
Likes to make an entrance.
Oh,
Kermit?
Oh, darn.
But you've already been excused.
I take my motion back. So that and also when you're supporting the community, Do you support all immigrants regardless of their legal status?
Constitutional rights, these constitutional rights are the same for anyone on US soil.
Okay.
And so we are informing people regardless of their immigration status, what
Okay.
their constitutional rights are.
So they don't have to disclose their constitution?
No, we wouldn't ask.
Okay.
Yeah.
Welcoming week is the perfect place.
Yeah, it is. Why do you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And you're the, I'm sorry, you said you were the Immigrant and Solidarity Network.
The Washington.
Yeah, we've been trained by the Washington Immigration Solidarity Network. We have a few resources from them as well. There's information about Watson, and I can leave this here.
But you're the Mountlake Terrace Rapid Response Team, which is part of, or you've just been trained. Like, are you a nonprofit yourself, or are you volunteers?
We're just community volunteers.
Okay.
So yeah, so we have been, there's some other
Yeah.
documents from Watson. So we've participated in the training sessions that Watson has put
Okay.
on, and we connected with Snohomish County Rapid Response. But it's all volunteers, and we are all just trying to support the work of Watson in some small way.
I can definitely follow up with you. There's space for you at Welcoming Week. You're totally welcome to join us, and I'll send you an email tomorrow with details.
Awesome.
Did you graduate with like a certificate or something? Is that?
We have a bright orange vest.
You do.
With a hat.
That's awesome. That's right. See, that would be imposing. It's important to show up like that. No, I did have a question, and
We
that is
also
in.
are hosting a training
Yes.
in our community, and it's posted on various websites. We are not disclosing the location yet
Okay.
due to possible.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can also give you the Mountlake Terrace Rapid Response email address.
Okay.
And if you're interested in participating in that.
Yeah.
I have already signed up.
What's that?
I have already signed up
Oh,
to go to the
okay.
watch party.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'll get one.
Wait, when is that? I missed it.
Thursday.
Thursday.
Thursday,
Yes,
6 to 8.
yeah, so if you
That's
go to
right,
the
that was
Watson
just
website,
Yeah.
all of that is available.
Have you seen any action recently?
Is in our region?
Yeah, just today, in Edmonds, last week in Shoreline.
Prior, there was some, usually what happens is there's open spaces that they congregate. And then they go in and then they leave. So one thing to look for is open spaces where they might congregate. So
They get in agents,
Yes, I see.
or, yes.
or so-called.
How do you,
Because people have also been, that method of detaining somebody has been used for criminal activity outside
Well,
of intended government
Right. and
potential
that's-
use.
That's one of our big
Yeah.
things, is that we are trying to show up and say, we're not here to intervene, but could you provide us with identification?
Yes.
Mhm.
Do you have a warrant? Most of the time, they will not do that.
Yeah.
Which one of the things that we'd love to partner with you on is encouraging the council to pass local ordinances requiring them to demask
Yeah.
and to provide identification. But one thing that we've been kind of trained to do is that if we are present with people who are trying to pass themselves off as law enforcement, and they won't identify themselves, then we do call law enforcement and have law enforcement arrive and ask them to identify themselves. And I haven't seen this happen yet, but this is a strategy that we're trying to implement to make sure that it's not rogue agents.
And we do.
Very rogue.
Or volunteers with my county chief Paul.
Yes.
To explain this whole process, our training, that we're not just gonna show up and be agitators, that
Right.
we're there to help protect our neighbors. So while we're hyper-local in Mountlake Terrace, we do offer support to all of Snohomish County through their rapid response. But under the leadership of Lauren and Audrey, we decided to focus hyper-locally on our community and then hopefully expand out.
How do you get your information?
We're on a signal channel with the Snohomish County Rapid Response. So, and they are alerted, it kind of goes back and forth. Watson has a hotline. And so anyone can call into the hotline to say, I think there's something happening. Watson does the work using people like us to confirm that it is actually ICE activity and that it's not just a rumor or something else. And so there are ways of kind of confirming, and then once it's been confirmed, then we deploy more people to look.
Do you know if there have or currently are other days like this in other parts of the country?
Yeah, I think it's becoming a more common strategy. I think rapid response is kind of having a national moment. And I don't know to what degree there are similarities or differences between their policies, but from what I've seen, it is similar.
And there are other 8 organizations that do rapid response. WASIN was started during, I think, like 2016, 2017. And they formed as a response to the immigration that was happening under the first Trump was in office. So they are now reactivating. COVID kind of put a downturn in what they were able to do, and now they're building back up. So there are other agencies that do it. WASIN is statewide, and they're very organized. Most importantly, they're immigrant-led, and a lot of the trainings you'll notice they're in Spanish or another language, and we receive the interpretation as English speakers, which I think is phenomenal. So they really are immigrant-centered.
Yeah.
Holistically. And it's not just about agitating and.
Right, it's about protecting the community, and a lot of times that means less intervention. Because the people that suffer most when we get agitated is the people who are being detained.
Well, thank you very much.
Thanks for hearing us out.
And we'd love to have you join us at Welcoming Week.
And when I respond, I'll copy our chair and vice chair so that if you want to talk further about ways to coordinate and collaborate. So,
Okay, awesome.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
thank you. Thanks for making the time. Sorry.
Can we amend the agenda?
Yes, we are going to, we're gonna go after 4.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so hoping you've read the minutes from our last meeting, looking for motion to approve. For a motion
A move to approve the minutes
Thank
from
you.
July.
A second.
Moved and seconded to approve the July minutes. Those in favor?
Yes.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Sorry, can I make the motions?
Moved.
Second.
And we are going to go to 4.1 on our agenda. Before we go to 5, we're going to hear from the ARC and Courtney Chris.
I have a presentation.
Yes.
Yay.
Okay. So hi, I'm Courtney Chris, and I'm the Leadership and Advocacy Manager at the ARC of Snohomish County. Our office is in Everett, and we serve anyone in Snohomish County or access with the county, both of our funding. And we have some other grants that cover things that our contracts do not. And I'm going to just talk about who we are and a little bit about what we do. Advocacy is my favorite thing, so this presentation is skewed that way. Okay. So we are a chapter of the ARC of Washington State and the ARC of the United States. Both are highly involved in legislative advocacy. Our mission statement, the ARC fosters respect and access for individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities and their families, giving them the power to achieve a full and satisfying life. Our core values are people first, equity, community, self-determination, and diversity. To draw attention to the individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities, we sometimes abbreviate that to IDD or just DD for developmental disabilities. And these are disabilities that are like cerebral palsy, autism, spina bifida, Down syndrome, other intellectual disabilities. I have 2 kids with Down syndrome, and so this is something that's really personal to our family. So the ARC is not an acronym, and only the A is capitalized, and the part is part of the trademark. So the T in the is also capitalized. As I said, IDD, and it's defined in the RCW. Every state defines IDD differently. But as this is for purposes of receiving different government benefits. We also use the term self-advocate, a disability identity term used by individuals with IDD, emphasizing advocacy for oneself and one's access needs. And I may mention IEP, that's an individualized educational program that affects kids from age 3 to 22 in public school. As part of the ARC, we focus on equity, which we have targeted efforts to increase outreach to individuals with developmental disabilities and their families who come from ethnically and linguistically diverse communities. We have 2 folks on staff who are Spanish speaking, is their first language, one Arabic, and one Ukrainian and Russian. We also have access to the language line to help other folks. We promote systems integration, community partnerships, communities of learning and equity and social justice. Oh, I already said that. We have multicultural outreach coordinators. We have support groups and speaker presentations in Spanish. And we have an accessibility and language tool on the ARC website and it's the language line. One of our groups is Padres Unidos. It meets once a month online. Sometimes we have things in person, and it is led by Liz Golbion. It's a great group for parents to get together and support each other. So I do have flyers here and different little brochures, and I am happy to leave them all. This is what we do. We share information. Information. We connect people with IDD and their families to local resources. We offer, all of our services are free. We offer one-to-one systems navigation with DEA, which is changing its name to DCS, which will stand for Developmental Disabilities Community Support, and eligibility services, SSI, supplemental security income, housing, guardianship and alternatives, special education, IEPs, transportation, supported employment, special needs trusts, etc. So we have webinars that are on Zoom monthly with guest speakers who explain some of these topics. We have staff who can talk one-on-one to anyone who calls in, anyone who makes an appointment to come in the office to really do some individualized help. We have outreach and we share IDD information and support with local agencies, and we go to a lot of resource fairs, which I love because then we can just really talk to the community. As far as education, we should change that. So now that the transition program in public school is till age 22, the school year in which a student turns 22, the transition program in public school is, if you don't know, it's for student support and job training and life skills education. And we have a program called Transition Club where once a month our staff and a self-advocate leader brings a curriculum and game into the program for about an hour, hour and a half, works with the students, does a worksheet, maybe talks about goal setting or, some kind of skill people wanna work on, how to advocate for yourself, how to be aware of your needs, that kind of thing. And the students really look forward to it. Where in most of the districts in the county, I can't remember the number of districts, all the major ones. The Helping Parent and IEP Parent Partner Volunteer Training in English and Spanish. So when a parent calls up and says, I'll use Down syndrome as an example, my baby just found out that he has Down syndrome, what am I gonna do? And I mean, that happened to me. And we can connect that parent with another parent who has been trained in trauma-informed care and listening skills to connect with that parent and maybe just be a listening, kind of share what they did, but just really just support. IEP Parent Partner is more training in what IEPs are, and then IEP Parent Partners go with parents to IEP meetings, take notes, not advocates, but can just be someone that the parent can feel more confident with going into the meeting. I said we have monthly speaker events, we also have workshops, for parents, caregivers, and self-advocates, lots of self-advocate workshops too. Not so much like, I think we do have fun, but our contracts are focused on advocacy. So we have a women's group, all invited, whoever wants to whoever identifies as a woman. And then we have a People First chapter. People First of Washington is led by self-advocates. And so our chapter is led by self-advocates with a staff member who advises that group. And they sometimes have guest speakers, so they learn from the community, or they discuss ways that they're gonna advocate. One of our meetings in the past was a great conversation with the police officers, where the self-advocates could learn about what police officers are thinking when they approach different situations, and the police officers could talk to the self-advocates about, they could talk about their perspectives on both sides and what they might do, what a person might say to advocate for himself. It was really great conversation. And we have housing workshops because a lot of questions involved. Where is my child going to live when? And we do record our presentations. They're on our video page. That's the QR code for the video page. Our focus on disability access and inclusion. We have our training about supporting individuals with disabilities, and we have curriculum design for organizations, agencies, and local governments. We've given presentations to the county and different cities. We did give one to the Evergreen State Fair, which is an overview of the diversity of the disability experience, disability language, accessibility, and strategies for prioritizing respectful interactions with members of the disability community. There's a 20-minute presentation on the Arts video page. Some examples include not being afraid to say the word disability. For a while, it was kind of trendy to say like able-bodied or differently abled or something like that. But it seems that the disability community takes ownership of that phrase and is not afraid. And when one might not say disability, it kind of has a tone of that since you're afraid of disability, maybe you think disability is bad, that kind of thing, and language really matters. So I mess up words all the time. So also forgiveness is needed. We're all learning, we're all growing. And something that comes out of that, which I just want to mention, is the Disability Pride flag. I know in July we had Disability Pride Month. I really appreciate the city of Mountlake Terrace proclaiming July as Disability Pride Month a lot of cities don't do that. But there is a disability pride flag, which has 5 colors and the background, and here is a little flyer that explains what the creator of this flag had designed for these colors. I'm sure anyone could interpret it how we want, but this was the original thought behind this flag, created by a mother with 2 kids with autism, who are now, I believe they're adults now. I have a separate couple, I'm sorry. I found my library, Snow Isle Library was, last year was giving stickers away with that flag. So I have that on the back of my car, a disability pride flag sticker. I mentioned support. We have the Helping Parent Match. And school liaisons are also volunteers from the community who've been trained by our organization to help parents understand their own districts. Not someone who works for the district, but someone who can explain something fun in that district, maybe how the system is in that district. We have Mothers Network, Project Unidos, I mentioned, Father Network, Adult Caregiver Support, Caregiver Connection, Coffee and Conversations, and Sib Shops, which are really popular with the kids who have siblings with disabilities. So I have 4 kids total. 2 of my kids do not have disabilities, and they have really benefited from going to Sib Shops, which are just fun activities that they can relax, play games, and there is some talk and conversation about how it is to grow up with a sibling with a disability who might get a lot of attention from parents, might be raised differently, might be treated differently in the family. And these siblings, they all have this in common, these kids. It's just to celebrate the siblings and how, and to recognize that one day they're gonna grow up and probably be the guardians of their siblings. Not necessarily, but it is likely. But the activities are kept fun and light. And then I mentioned our self-advocacy, peer support programs, and Club Independence, which meets once a month on Zoom. Our trauma enforced resource guide, I'll pass this around. It is a collection of over 80 online resources about trauma-informed approaches for community members and professionals. And this is not 100% disability focused, and it can be used in really any situation. The ARC's Trauma Informed Resource Guide is free to download as a PDF off of our website, and the QR codes there. I think the first QR code is the PDF, and then the 5-minute presentation on how to use that guide is on video. And I think that part of I have to reach out to. One of our staff created this, I think in 21, and I believe there are Spanish resources on the site too. We do a lot of events, we have a lot of fun. I think we connect with other self-advocates of IUP and their families. We celebrate diversity and foster new friendships. We promote fun, community engagement, and inclusion. The events we've had so far this year are Parents in the Park, the Arc at Embarcy Ranch, which is in Whidbey Island. There's this fun ranch where kids get to ride horses and we have fun in this like scaled down western town or something. It's really cute. The Arc at Summer Park meetup Camp Prime Time, which is a family overnight camp west of Yakima. Legislative coffees this fall, the Harvest Festival, where Posada working on it. The Art Holiday Festival and Father's Network Poker. Our leadership and advocacy, we have legislative copies in forum, talk about that in a minute. People First Chapter Women's Group training. We do offer a leadership training, it's self-paced online, it's free. Lots of great resources, videos, articles about the history of disability, disability advocacy, highlights of this impactful historical figures and what they have contributed to the movement. It is a lot like the civil rights movement, as it is a civil right. The ADA came out of that movement. Government, community resources, special education, things for family members and siblings, language, culture. So I got a couple of these, and we can. We do offer leadership workshops in person twice a year. They're like 4 hours, and those are fun too because then you interact with people. And really have great discussions, but the self-paced one is also great because there's just even more information on there, and you just get to go at your own pace. And Rachel, our advocacy staff member, checks in on those participants every once in a while, see how you're doing. When you're all done with our leadership training, you get us. And if you fill out our background check, you can be an official volunteer. And then we also want to support community members in connecting with boards, committees, leadership roles, and legislative advocacy. So part of what we do is encourage self-advocates and family members and allies to be on boards, committees, city councils, school boards, parks councils, to be that voice for the IBE community. Well, I explained that. That's the QR code for the free leadership training. Also available in Spanish, because our one of our new staff, Spanish speaking, has been working on translating it, but also finding resources that are in Spanish, which is yeah, it is a challenge. So she's finding videos made in Mexico or in Spain or other Central American countries, South American countries. And it's a little bit different in other countries how they approach disability. So she's the work cut out for her. Our Family and Community Coalition meets once a month. We have it on Zoom, and we discuss unmet needs affecting Snohomish County's IBD community. Anyone can come. Self-advocates come, parents come, and it's just really open. We share what's been going on statewide, federally, what's been going on in our statewide commissions that our staff members attend, to just keep people informed. And then if someone really wants to work on a specific advocacy project, I can help them. Like one person wanted to work on more accessible sidewalks in his town. And so we partnered with him to work on writing letters to his city council. So there's just different ways to advocate for change. Legislative forums and copies. Here is our flyer about our legislative copies. So every other year we have copies, and then the other years we have forums. Last year we had a legislative forum. We invited all the candidates for representatives and senators who were running in Snohomish County to the Everett Transit Center, the upstairs warehouse room, and we had some speakers about housing, mental health, and caregivers. So we targeted speakers to talk about those 3 issues. And then each candidate had about a minute to talk. And then everyone could let them go afterwards. It was a really great opportunity for candidates to talk with possible constituents. And this year, because it's not an election year, we have copies. And these will be 10 individual events where we'll have a host in that district, say the 10th district, someone will host, and the representatives and senator for the district will be invited. We coordinate with them to hopefully find a time where they can come. And it can be virtual or it can be in person. Before the pandemic, I didn't work for the art then, but I've been told that legislative coffees happen in people's houses. Can you imagine? And I don't know if that's gonna happen now, but we've been looking at like coffee shops. We have a conference room in our office we could have it at the libraries, or we could have concert. So if any of you are interested in attending one of those, or even hosting, here's a questionnaire. The questionnaire does not commit you to do anything. It's just a way to gauge interest. And Rachel Foodie's our contact for that. We have noticed different representative senators who are more likely to be involved with the art than others. So, and what is advocacy? We have an advocacy checklist that, I did bring my coalition. Here's my coalition flyer.
See that one again.
Rachel created this really great advocacy checklist, which has, giving a public testimony at a legislative hearing, and then maybe a little checklist here about what things to focus on. Advocacy is speaking up, supporting a cause, promoting the rights of a group, or an individual, or yourself, raising awareness, providing education, and influencing decisions. Oh, I was not on the thing. So often you're advocating for yourself. You're probably advocating for yourself throughout the day. And here are some tips. If the situation calls for it, keep it short and to the point. Attack the problem, not the person. Share what your story is because you're the expert in your story. Ask for a specific theme and follow up with a thank you. When you're advocating for others, it's important to listen to others' needs and goals. Be educated, learn the system and the rights, gather resources, facts, stories, and you might need to gather other allies as well. Prepare impactful speeches like an elevator pitch and show up consistently. So that advocacy checklist does explain like what points to really hit on. Sometimes when we do legislative advocacy, we only have a minute or 30 seconds to talk to a representative. If you've ever testified in a bill hearing, they sometimes start off the hearing by saying you have 2 minutes, and then as the hearing goes on, you get 1 minute, maybe 30 seconds. So you really need to be concise and aware of your words and your story. And at the ARC, we can help people shape their stories to condense them and make them impactful. Another thing that, this is the second last page actually, but I do have a few more things to talk about. We promote this, the use of Charting a Life course. The county really likes it and has it in our contracts. One of the things that we help self-advocates and families with this tool is the STAR chart. And we put the goal in the middle, you put your personal strengths on the top, relationships, eligibilities, community-based things, and technology. So you just don't put all your eggs in one basket, right? If you depend so much on just one section and then that section disappears, then your life might fall apart. But this is also a great way to assess all the resources that you have and how they can work together. It also can assess what things you're lacking and how you need to work on that. So like eligibility, are you getting DEA? Are you getting SSI? Are you getting Medicaid? And then the ARC, we can help you get those services. What communities are you involved with? Are you with the YMCA? Are you with Carl Gibson? Is there a community that you want to get involved with? How can we help you do that? How are your relationships with your families and friends? Do you only have one person who's in charge of all your money and all your decision making? What happens if that person unexpectedly passes? Because life happens, right? Who's the backup for that person? Do you know who the backup is for that for that person? Who are some other people you could rely on? And then technology, do you know how to use certain technologies? Is there some more technologies that you want to learn? And that is expanding like every day, right? There's new technologies that help people with disabilities live independently in their homes, whether it's like a technology that alerts when the stove is still on, or something that they can wear, that they can walk independently in their neighborhoods, and then when they're lost, all they have to do is press a button. You don't have to like figure out who you're gonna call. It's literally a button you press and someone's right there. Hi, how can I help you, Bob? Where are you? And then can help navigate that person home. So there's a lot that's changing and expanding, and it's really exciting. And then, I mean, skills, what skills do you have right now? What skills do you want to work on? So these are great tools to work on with self-advocates and with families understanding individual potential. And I think this is great for anyone, disabled or not, to really figure out what your good life is. I also brought our September calendar of events. Keep copies of those. Our website is up to date, so there is a calendar on that. Here is our brochure. I think I have enough copies of those for everyone. And our special education resources. And I did bring a few of these. You can keep it. So there's also a website somewhere. And this explains the DEIC waivers too, in case you were wondering. And then Snohomish County that has ongoing a survey to ask how inclusive is the county. They want to know. So if you can take those, consider doing the survey. Jamie Cruz is our executive director. Elaine Kuby is our family support and education program manager. And as I said, I'm the leadership and advocacy manager. And here's Ali's. Or did you want does anyone have questions?
I just want to thank you, and this is so timely. I think we all agreed that we were light on understanding the disability community and like where we need to work in that arena. And so appreciate you sharing, and especially the the right words to use. We're talking tonight about our diversity, equity, inclusion strategic plan. And I think we've had some different conversations about what the right language is to use, so that's appropriate. And I also want to just offer that that plan will be public soon, and I'll be sure to send it to you on its own.
Okay. One of the things that I've been seeing that as a mom before is that parks are becoming way more accessible, playgrounds especially. And my son has, he has intellectual disability, but he also has physical disabilities. And so when more of the playground is stuff that he can do, he is so much happier. And so I love that there's a focus on that. And a lot of parks have the talking boards with the pictures and the visuals, and that's so great for including kids who maybe have a speech delay, but also the different languages. So I love that. One of the things we talk about is how when you make something accessible for a small group, it actually widens and affects so much more people, right? So like the ramps and sidewalks, so originally for wheelchairs, how it helps people with pushing strollers, how it helps runners not trip on a curb. Just so many people lives are improved with just a little detail.
Do you have a grade for Mountlake Terrace?
Unfortunately, I have not spent much time in Mountlake Terrace. I'm sorry, other than students. I used to come to the pool with my firstborn. That was really fun. I just spent some time down here.
We have a lot of
The new park is good though.
What's
Yeah.
that?
The new park down by
park.
the Lake Ballinger.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
yes, we did install
Improvements there.
a lot of ADA features in our new playground.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have it come to shop. Okay.
So, Any questions, comments?
No, thank you.
Yeah, we really appreciate it.
It's really comprehensive. And I will do the survey.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can talk about this for hours, so.
Yeah.
I'll send you back to your meeting.
Yeah, I'll keep in touch and when the plan comes out, be sure that.
Okay.
I'll keep at it.
Okay.
Well, Snohomish County ARC is involved in the Edmonds School District Special Education PTSA.
Yeah.
And so I helped with that. I helped them start. So
Cool.
yeah, ARC is awesome.
And,
Yes, you know Jody.
Yes.
I was also gonna ask, do you know how many people in Mountlake Terrace who
I
are?
was just gonna ask the question.
Not off the top of my head, I can look in our database.
Yeah, we were, so we've been trying to do community conversations with different groups in the community to understand what their experience is like in Mountlake Terrace. So I don't know what the survey is like, the county's doing, but to just get an understanding of like what's going well, what are barriers, do you know what the city services are versus other services, and do you have challenges with that, with accessing our services and so forth. And so if there is a group of people from all represent, we would be happy to
Host a coffee.
yeah, host something, whether it's virtual, we've been trying to do them in person, but whatever works for people, so.
I think we could send something out through our database specific to those in Mountlake Terrace addresses. I'll have to check on that, but you can send me what you want and we can, I'll ask if I can send that out, but I would think so.
Okay. Anyone else? Thank you, Courtney, we really appreciate it. And I'll send the slideshow out with your minutes.
Thank you.
It has a lot of.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Yes,
thank
thanks,
you.
Courtney.
Thanks for being here.
Moving on to Councilmember Murray.
All right, hey everybody.
Hello.
All right, updates. So what council has been up to, I think probably the most pertinent thing to ensure you guys have an update on is you have had several conversations about some sort of support of, carrying our community and implementing some sort of block oversight.
Yeah.
Council talked about that between the last time that you have met and now. I don't think any final decisions have been made, but one of the things that we're exploring is reviving, we previously had a community policing advisory board, which I think has come up in this space, and some of you are more familiar with than others, but that was a group that was disbanded in 2017, but still remains in our code. So if you're interested in kind of seeing what they did previously, that's out there to look up. But looking at potentially, making some revisions to the work that group did to support that goal. That's an ongoing conversation, so I will keep you updated. Again, if you have additional thoughts, either as this group or as individuals, that is an ongoing helpful conversation. I will give a date for next conversation, but that obviously will be on our agenda once that is scheduled. Upcoming stuff for this week on the 28th, we're talking about, we've got a presentation about Snohomish County solid waste rates, which are going up. I think probably the most important thing to kind of
What is going on?
Snohomish County solid waste rates, so
Solid
like trash.
Okay, okay.
I think my takeaway on initial review of that information was, there's when it costs more to dispose of the waste, it costs more to take away the waste. I think the estimate in the proposal or in the presentation is $3 to $4 a month per customer, so I think that's just something to be aware of. Costs are going up everywhere. I will say it's interesting that Snohomish County's rates are like less than half of what King County's disposal rates are, which is interesting. Yeah, I was gonna say, we haven't had the presentation yet,
Don't give them ideas.
I know.
This is recorded.
It's in the presentation, it'll be recorded on Thursday
Okay.
too, but, so anyway, I guess in kind of the bigger picture, it could potentially be a lot worse.
To go back just a little bit, did you say $24 a month per household?
Oh, no, sorry, $3 to $4.
$3 to $4, got it.
Yes. Yes. No, not 24.
Again, don't give them ideas.
We also have a presentation from our police department on their work from first and second quarter of this year. And then we're gonna talk about how council approaches liaison reports. So I think that's an interesting thing if anybody has super strong opinions. Essentially, we have report outs much like you all do when we have our regular meetings. So that's 2 of the meetings a month. We share what we have been up to, typically how that has operated in, how it's operated is, you know, council members usually tell all of the things that they've done related to council. Sometimes they share more details about that, sometimes they don't. You know, I think if folks have thoughts on what is interesting and helpful to the public, I think that would be, I think council members have their own perspectives on what is interesting and helpful to the public, but I think if you had any thoughts around what would be helpful or what isn't helpful to the community, I would just welcome hearing that. I don't have super strong opinions on it, so. On the 20, or on the 4th, so the Thursday following that, we're talking about FIFA World Cup, which I will tell you I'm very excited about. I think it's an interesting time in terms of we're gonna have so many visitors, ideally from all over the globe, visiting, you know, our area and our region. And they're gonna be, I don't think I talked about this here, but so we've talked about it a little in council. So there's games going to be played in Seattle, there's games that are gonna be played in Vancouver, BC, and there's an anticipation that there will be a lot of people going back and forth between those 2 places. And so, you know, I think there's opportunity for us as a community, and the staff is talking about all sorts of interesting things, but we'll get an update there. We're doing a small annexation of a property, which is just like a little, we have a couple of little like islands in the city that are not technically part of the city, they're county.
I was so curious about them actually.
It's fascinating, things, you know, you don't know until you know, and so oftentimes they stay as little islands that are part of Snohomish County, but not part of Mountlake Terrace until they need sewer services, which is, you know, again, why we're looking at this. I don't anticipate that as a contentious thing, it is not typically, so.
Otherwise, they're unincorporated Snohomish?
Correct, so yeah, so it's, I mean, so they don't pay into city services, but they also don't receive city services in the same way at least that we all do, although there is sometimes support provided for them, obviously.
Yeah, they're actually like one house. So
Yeah.
it's one house. It's one house. It's
Until they're septic.
Yes, it's fascinating, so, other stuff, you know, we've got some business license requirements, Washington State Transportation Funds review, this is all still tentative, so I don't have a lot of details. And then we're gonna look at public safety costs, which I think is something that Mayor Pro Tem Wall has been asking to better understand for a while, so those costs continue to go up significantly, which has pretty significant impact on our budget, so. Event-wise stuff.
So what is increasing?
Public safety, well, everything.
Specifically, public safety?
Public safety, and like,
Like cops?
I think what we're looking at in terms of that is like police services, like jail services, prosecution and defense services. I think it's kind of that bucket. Yes, public safety is very broad, but yeah, public safety specifically in terms of law enforcement. And then a couple of events, Cops and Clergy is back. I think that's been on a little bit of a hiatus, so I think folks are on that email, but if you were not, it's on the 2nd of September, which is a Tuesday at 9, and they're gonna be focused on active shooter preparedness, which if you have the availability to go, I think that sort of thing is always helpful to go through. I know we have gone through that with Sergeant Porter as a council, and he does I think a good job of, you know, balancing the seriousness of those sorts of trainings with, you know, making it a manageable topic to take in. So, so that, and then our quarterly Terrace talk is on Wednesday, September 10th. So that would be the other kind of community engagement opportunity coming up. Although Carolyn, admittedly, I don't know what that is. Do you?
I think that they're talking about the Blue Bridge program.
Oh, okay. All right. So that would be our new. So this last year, our police department rolled out the Blue Bridge program.
The debit card?
Yeah, exactly. It's a debit card program that allows them when they see a need within the community to be able to actually like address that in real time. So like the example they've given is like if somebody has a flat tire that can be repaired, or you know, those sorts of things, like they're able to actually take action right away to support them. So I think that's all I have.
Right after we said public safety cost is increasing, is this going to be in that budget?
So that is, at this point, that is not something that we have allocated budget dollars for. There was, I think there was a grant initially for that, and, the idea is that donations can be made to that. I think community members have been looking for a way to provide resources, so somebody is navigating homelessness and, needs, I think the community wanted a way to provide resources, and I think the police department was looking for a way to kind of facilitate that. So I think the idea is that long term there would be some sort of donor base, but how that turns out.
It's like helping somebody fix the light bulb in their car versus writing them a citation for it, or giving them buying a coat or a meal.
Right, it is really trying to align with that
Okay,
community. Yeah, well, and to kind of, again, to build that community oriented policing,
Yeah.
where it is we don't wanna penalize you for, something that you're having challenge dealing with, right? Ideally, if we can help mitigate the issue, that's what we'd like to do.
Yeah.
So that gives them a resource to do that.
Thank you. And community engagement planning?
All right, so Benita, let's
Yes.
talk about the sugarcane film in partnership with our indigenous community.
I have been trying very hard, and there is a change in leadership, and the incoming president is not ready to do anything until the district-wide staff person is back, because she's claiming to not have any contact information for folks. And so we're meeting with the student representatives to look at the proclamation, and the students might be a place to partner for the movie, because we need to partner with more people than just us to host the event.
And because I missed the last meeting and I did all the commissioners watch the movie, and are we
We
fine with
have
it?
all watched the movie, and we all think that I think that it's not something that we should just show and have no other activity, right? Like if people need a break space, or if they bring children and change their minds partway through, but they want to watch the rest of it, is and also not hosting an event for a group of people for information purposes that doesn't have the impacted individuals involved in the planning.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, yeah, that's a good call. Didn't think about that.
Right. And I'm a quarter Native Alaskan, and I don't know anything about my family's heritage. So I've been talking more with Jennifer Herman, because she went and got her degree to speak her tribal language through Alaska, through connections. And so we are working on it. Jennifer and Liz are both at the fair right now. They do a big evergreen fair. So
I'm just glad that other commissioners, we didn't have
Yes.
a commissioner who said no to the movie.
Hermit and I both watched. We committed to each other to watch it before the last meeting, and we did it.
Benita,
Mhm.
so when is the meeting with the students?
Oh, that was the one that you had sent out with Liz. An hour before our,
Oh, before
So-
the next
yes,
meeting.
before the next
Okay,
meeting.
So that's a deal, okay.
yes.
Should I be sending that out like as an invite? Or did I send? I guess
You
I-
did send an
You sent it.
invite,
Oh, I just sent it to Jennifer Herman and you. And-
yes,
Yeah.
and she will bring the
Oh,
kids.
gotcha.
And I will follow
Okay.
up with Liz. And I think Emily was interested, so if they're still meeting during lunch during the school year, I think she's gonna go check it out.
Okay. Okay. Got so the meeting with the student group is, September
Yep, you have it.
17th. Sorry, I was on vacation and haven't recovered.
But you were on it.
Okay, so then at the next meeting, we'll
Yep.
talk about the information.
Yes.
Okay, great.
And I think there's preference to have it done with enthusiasm and buy-in
Yes, for sure.
and not at a specific day or time.
Okay, so, should I hold off on not having it in September? Like right now, it's on the agenda for the last meeting in September.
Yeah.
Once I will follow up with her.
Okay.
And say that we'd like to have this date. There was a lot of excitement and people joined at the school district proclamation reading. And they've been working on that for a while. So I'll see if we can.
And I can
regather.
always pull it at the last minute. I just wanted to see
Yes.
what discussions were had. Okay.
Yes.
Perfect, thank you. Any other discussion on this? Okay. All right, event planning for welcoming week. We've got a great list of people I think I shared this last time.
Yep.
A couple more getting added. We added a coffee cart. That's a group from Panama Coffee. So we have 3 food vendors right now, and there's discussion about a blood drive, but I haven't heard the finals on that.
Yeah, because Alex has to get the blood mobile from
Yes.
the Seattle office booked.
The main thing is, we're providing a lot of tables and chairs, not for everyone, we didn't have enough for everybody, but we need help setting them up. So having a lot of people at the start and in the end would be great, and a few people just to be there during the event, we don't need everyone, but if you wanna take shifts, I can set up a doodle poll or something, or.
Yeah.
Would that help?
I can't say the whole thing, but
Yeah.
certainly.
I blocked the day off.
I love the day off, but I don't want to be there all day. And how about the musicians?
Yeah, are you gonna be singing?
So, a friend of mine and I, like the 2 of us, we're performing.
All right.
We can't stop it. So we're just stop in that corner. I'm just like busking everywhere.
All right.
So, but because the original plan was we want different variety of music from different people, like 1 or 2 songs.
Yeah.
We just said we decided 1 song, maximum 2 songs, right?
Sure, I don't have any other performers, so.
Well, I can't sing in 10 languages.
I might be able to recruit. We hadn't, I wasn't sure if you were on board, so I haven't pursued it that much, but, yeah, that's, like, we can totally provide a mic and a little.
2.
Two.
Minimum 2. The 1 for the singer, 1 for the player.
Alright, so,
And if you guys cannot find a variety of music,
uh-huh.
for each song I can play different instrument and switch the language.
So you'll do 1 to 2 songs in 10 languages.
No, like, well, if you get it, like, I will have to do like more songs, like, but I have to keep switching, but people will catch on.
I think your neighbor over here is a musician as well.
I know one musician.
What do you play?
Any brass instrument for me, but my friend had this too.
Okay, so she can play. You're gonna play. No, like you're. Well, wait. Oh, you're gonna regret that. Hold on.
If you both wanna talk offline and
Yes.
just let me know what your needs are, and like, I'll also reach out to some other people that might be willing.
You could probably reach out to my band director, Fall,
Okay.
Darren Fall, I can send his contact
That'd be great.
information. I'm sure he would be happy to send the jazz band your way.
Wow.
He is trying to send them everywhere.
Wow.
Yep.
That's awesome.
I mean, I think the focus was like immigrant culture music, but
Well, jazz is
is that-
immigrant culture
Oh, is
music.
that okay?
Yeah, it's just old. It's just
Oh,
older.
It was sort of like the poor black community.
Yeah,
okay.
Since
there
they
you go.
didn't have anywhere, they couldn't go to white clubs, so they had to come up with their own music.
Okay, well, that's the argument we'll make.
Okay. Great. Are you, I take a few notes.
If you borrow that.
Is Waywack coming?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I believe so.
Oh, they're there.
The one with-
It's spelled out.
All right. Okay, the next thing are community conversations. So these are some outstanding groups that we had been talking about. I'm really excited about Ballinger Center. I just keep missing Sheila, so I need to just get on her and call her, but we've talked about it. She's agreed to do one. I just need to figure out the best time. It'll probably be during the day, so those of you who.
And that's the focus is the L.
That was the, yes, senior center, yeah, elderly, and then,
I didn't want to say Scott and him, but you guys. Because she's like me, like that's why like I targeted her after she jumped on it.
I keep missing meeting up with the wellbeing community. They've invited me to their office and we just, our emails crossing the winds. And so we're working on that, but they're coming to welcoming week. So I'm hoping before or after then we can connect, and they definitely want to do like a circle conversation in Spanish language with community members. They were talking about doing something at welcoming week, but they might do something to follow because it's not like a super quiet and meditative space for that. But these are different groups. So I know Kyo, you mentioned like reaching out to school members when school starts. So we can do it at school. We've talked with students, you know, Benita and I can talk to you offline if you want, but we've talked with students in the past about doing it during certain free time.
Yeah, and there's a long advisory.
I'd say the assembly would be the better option. Because I know when we play at my school, we would occasionally have guests, like last year we had a baseball player or something. So there was a very famous sports person. They came over and gave like this inspirational speech about like sticking to your goals instead of things in other sports. But I know that it did stick with a lot of people, and if we did it in the long advisory, a lot of people would not pay attention.
But these are full information.
So it's more listening sessions than talking.
It's us getting information from them rather
So
than us
we'll ask questions.
I
providing.
mean, still,
Yeah.
there's gonna be a lot of people who don't pay attention.
But we'll provide food.
I'm coming, when is it?
Well, there's also a new principal and
There is a new-
vice principal, assistant
Yeah,
principal.
new principal.
There's new both. Yeah, they're both new.
Maybe
Both-
what
They've
we
both
do
been in the district.
Is have a call or like a little separate time to talk about strategies. Because we've tried like for 2 years to do
Yeah.
this, and so, but also I don't think you've had a chance to participate in a community conversation, right?
I don't know.
So like,
Yeah.
maybe we can just spend a little time getting you up to speed on like what we're trying to do, and then you can give us feedback and.
Adjusting it for students.
Yes.
Maybe we can crash the hawk walk at the end of the hawk walk and talk to all the people, because all the people will be there that need to be involved in that decision making. Maybe we can just grab them and make that just to talk to the new leadership at the school, because they'll all be there.
What it makes me think of, and this is gonna really date me, is when I was in high school, we used to have these things called rap sessions because there was a lot of integration stuff going on at Seattle School District and people were upset, so we would meet in the cafeteria and we would just talk about different amongst ourselves, but there was always staff around. But basically that's what these community conversations are for. Yeah, but the discussion, you know, and we sort of guided discussion, but
You guys do anything like that? Yeah, we also, sorry.
did you do rap sessions?
Well, we had cultural relations
You're not old
forums.
enough.
No, I mean, but we
For
had,
rap
I mean, it
sessions.
wasn't a rap session, but we
Yeah.
called them cultural relations forums. But
Yeah.
it
Sort
was
of
an
the same thing,
opportunity
yeah.
to bring forward
I think that
perspectives and experiences.
we have an event, which is our cultural assembly, where people, like, there's the flag walk where you can
Oh,
sign
yeah.
up to do, like, hold the flag and walk through the gym.
Mhm.
Then there's the fashion show where you show up in your like, cultural clothing. So
But it's not really a discussion type.
it's not only a discussion,
Thing,
but it's
yeah.
more a awareness thing. It's showing all the different cultures in a school, all the different people, like how diverse the school is, it's exposing people to different cultures.
Right.
And then the clubs are where those discussions happen. The student unions, so we have the Hispanic student union, we have the Asian student union, Black student union, and we also have the DEIC, which is the Gender and Sexuality Alliance.
See,
where-
they changed the words, but yes, I know, it's not what I think it is from when I was in school.
I think it is
Yeah.
essentially the draft sessions that
Yeah.
you have, just a bit more separated and more pinpointed on what specifically they want to talk about.
Well, we do have sort of some guidance that we use to in community conversations, but yeah, you'll learn more about them too.
Maybe we can set up some time after this meeting to figure out when we can talk in.
I mean, I can also use like, give you my information.
Yeah, I'll send out something to connect. So I put, I guess, Scott, I don't know if you're the best person to reach out
Yeah,
to
I
the
can,
West African Center. I know we had spoken before and William felt like they weren't ready, that we needed to do some more work with them to build trust before they would have a conversation, so,
I think they're ready.
okay,
Yeah,
all right,
I'll get out there and talk to them.
For the family one, who's Sally?
Dr. Guzman at the.
Oh, Dr. Goodman?
Yeah.
And for that one, I guess the discussion will come up, how do we define a family? Because, you know, in the United States, right now in media, when you say
Yes.
family values,
Yes,
it has a specific narrow meaning.
yeah, I think it's identifying community members in Mountlake Terrace who have kids in the school district, because
Yeah.
that's who she can reach. That's who
actually-
she can help us reach.
so we tried one.
Yes.
And it failed,
Yes.
unfortunately, so we just want to reschedule.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a good definition.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then,
And the New Soul Church,
it's
is
a
it?
Vietnamese base.
Oh,
cultural.
the
This
Vietnamese
is that.
community.
Yeah, I think they might have, I don't know if they changed the
Is the
name
one
yet,
with
but
the
it's over
bird?
by the park.
Yeah,
The one in the corner with the bird, right? No? I
I
think
think we
it's
but
the-
yeah, I've met them at Cups and Clergy, so hopefully they will be there and we can talk.
Yeah, they've been hard to
Yeah.
reach out, I've emailed them several times. And then I was hoping after we had the community they did show up for the community conversation at Cups and Clergy.
Yes,
Yes, do you wanna take?
I can try, yeah,
Or you can try,
Yeah,
like if
I
you're
can-
going to. Cups
I
and
can
Clergy.
try and connect with them.
I mean, I don't know if they're still, but at one point they were on social media a lot, especially like around some of their community initiatives. So I don't know if that's a way to like reach out, but I feel like for a while they were trying to like build a movement to do things for community members that way.
So, our target is the Vietnamese community in the,
I think they're Korean.
oh, I don't know if she,
Well,
I just made us.
Are they?
Yeah,
Okay.
actually,
Oh,
yeah.
interesting. Okay.
Yeah, the community conversation indicated that there are a number of different groups of communities that attend.
Oh, okay.
We do have
There's-
a lot of Korean churches.
Yes,
Okay,
there's
alright.
one right up here. It used to be the Lutheran.
Yeah,
It may still be Lutheran, but it's now in Korean.
There's also one on Facebook.
Yes.
right. Well, there's one on 50.
There's a lot of Korean churches.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we have a list of all the, as part of the community engagement plan. Extremely large list of community contacts, yeah.
Too bad we don't have a synagogue, so that we just cannot connect to the Jewish community.
Yeah.
One day we're gonna knock on doors saying, are you a Jew?
And then the
Call-
LGBTQAI
call it
community, I have a couple of contacts, that we've met recently, Carter, and then the chair, the executive director of the chamber is very involved. You know, there's an affinity group at school, just wondered if we should invite some of the key people that we know and ask them to bring people together, or if you have any other ideas. Just a wide variety. I can start a conversation with some other key people. Any other groups or ideas?
There was one visitor to our meeting from the Ethiopian community. She
Oh,
lived in
yeah.
South Seattle, but was connected. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Oh, that came to our meetings?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So nothing came out of that. She never reached out.
I
I don't know if we have Ethiopian community at Mountlake Terrace.
I think we do.
yes.
We do?
Mhm.
I'm still waiting for that stupid restaurant in Linwood. There's an opening.
I'm telling you, the last year we have a very, like,
Yeah.
a very large percentage of it is Ethiopian.
Oh, okay. So
Yep.
so we do have a community. Okay.
Yeah, I can reach out.
Oh, or maybe the Black Student Union can help us if they reach out to their parents.
Mhm.
I'm sure every of the student unions would be happy to do more activities such as this.
Who's that?
Any of the student unions at
Oh,
high school would be happy to do more outreach.
Great. Okay, thanks for the little brainstorm. And, just ask around. Right now, there's nothing on the books. So. Right, so we have proclamations and added them to the back of the agenda, and please feel free to read them.
I really like the welcoming proclamation.
You want?
I really like the welcoming proclamation. It might appear a little, it might be perceived as a little long for the listener, but I really like it, so I couldn't figure out what part to cut.
After the second whereas, during welcoming week, our community will come together to find common ground, seek similarities within our different cultures and perspectives, and deepen our commitments to building a stronger and more resilient.
Oh,
It's a hanging.
Or is it what?
Community.
Are both of these gonna happen on the fourth?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, again, in the third whereas, at the end, it says commitment to our core values of acting in the spirit of
In which
the
proclamation?
third one.
The third,
In the welcoming week?
I glossed over that one.
the ending just, I understand that it could just stop at welcoming, but I feel like,
By acting in the spirit of welcoming, and what's your edit?
I just think of welcoming something,
Okay,
like welcoming,
everyone,
more
people.
connection or something.
Welcoming all.
Yeah, welcoming all, I feel like that would sound better than just
Okay.
welcoming.
Yeah.
I see your point now, okay. Although the sentence is actually correct,
Yeah.
it gives the
It is
impression
I
that,
just feel it would
Yeah.
sound a bit better with an actual word at the end.
Especially when you're reading it over.
Well, and then you say welcoming all, whereas welcoming is. So it adds an extra space or word,
Yeah.
which I love. I love the fourth whereas.
I really like this count.
Yeah, I feel like very strong.
Do you think the city council would approve this? We'll try.
I would hope so. I mean, it's in alignment with our values. It doesn't,
I mean,
Councilmember Murray
Comfortable.
can let us know if there's
I mean,
anything.
I didn't even, I don't know, I guess I didn't even give it a second thought, to be honest, I guess I don't know, maybe I need to read it again.
Which part of it are you thinking is controversial?
not controversial. It might be perceived as a little too welcoming by certain people. That's all. Yeah.
Okay, we have two
Well-
edits, adding community to the end of the second whereas and adding all to the end of the third whereas. Are there any other proposed edits?
I'll entertain a motion to,
I move that we recommend the amended proposed proclamation to city council for approval.
moved and seconded. Those in favor, opposed, motion carries.
Big permit.
Oh, yeah, let me check each other. Is he voting?
I think he had to.
He's just listening.
You might tell jokes now.
All right, we read through the Hispanic Heritage Month
Mhm.
proclamation.
So this one, I definitely want your opinion on the title too. I think nationally, it's called National Hispanic Heritage Month. If you want to add Latino, that's up to you. We do mention Latino communities throughout, so.
Hispanic and Latino heritage.
I'm not opposed to it.
Well, we
That's
mentioned
qualified.
it throughout the document.
Yeah, and the document has a clear separation between the two, so I think the title should also.
Just need to come after the first whereas.
Oh, yeah.
Why is there an and after Honduras? In the second one, when you're counting a country like Costa Rica? Was that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Is it a mistake or?
yeah, it's a
Okay.
mistake. That was,
In the fourth, whereas today, the Latino population in the United States today is mentioned twice.
oh, yeah. Thank you. Which one do you like better? The first one or the second one?
I like the second one.
The second one is-
I was looking at different proclamations in the state version uses Latin with an E at the end. I haven't seen that.
Latin?
Yeah,
Is that how it's pronounced?
I don't know.
I was wondering about Latinx,
It's just,
but I know there's feelings about.
yes.
Yeah, I vote for no X.
Yeah.
Again, this is kind of pity, but for the 18.9%, let's say either 18 or 19.
Yeah.
It's just too specific for proclamation. And then, oh, sorry, and then the last one says percent, but the other one has a symbol.
That's
I-
what I
Uh,
There's a symbol in the word.
I don't have I prefer symbol, but I think American writing style differs.
I would also say the symbol, just because it looks easier when the symbol is there, it looks less
Yeah.
clunky.
I don't know what Chicago manual says.
It says, spell it out, but
I don't know Chicago manual. I like numbers.
I'll make them consistent.
That's all I have. But if we change the name of the proclamation, obviously the signature line needs to change. It's not the signature line.
Yeah,
but,
yes, right.
um,
All right, is the content appropriate? Is there anything else that you would like to say?
I don't see anything controversial here.
Anything more about our community?
Oh, you didn't say anything about Mountlake
It
Terrace.
just says the last
Oh.
whereas, but it's pretty general.
I see.
And that's okay, we can talk about who we're gonna ask.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
All right, so we have changed the title to add Latino. First whereas, there's a comma missing. Second whereas, get rid of the and in front of Nicaragua. And the fourth whereas, 19%. And can use, I'm gonna use the percent symbols for both, even though it's against the Chicago manual. And then the now therefore add Latino.
I move that we adopt the revised version of the proclamation for Hispanic and Latino heritage.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the updated proclamation. Those in favor? Those opposed? Motion carries.
So let's talk for just a minute about if we want to invite people to receive these.
You said September 4th.
Coming right up, so.
Yeah.
We should have done this earlier, I apologize.
Our last meeting was early because it was a long month, and
Yeah.
then this one was later. 'Cause-
Yeah. So for welcoming week, we could always invite one of our partners. I think we've invited Sally before, but we have all these different people coming to the event. So if one of you like to highlight.
Would Letty come? They're not on the list.
They haven't even responded to coming to welcoming week.
Okay.
They haven't.
So we're talking about who should receive the welcoming week proclamation, is that
What
discussion?
about the Edmonds School District, Mountlake Terrace Elementary is a Spanish immersion school now.
For ability for national
Mhm.
Hispanic month.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, were we talking about welcoming week?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, well, I like that idea for the Hispanic Heritage Month.
I know somebody who's there, I will ask.
I do think that is really good.
Okay, so MLT elementary.
Yes.
And are you thinking of like the principal or somebody else?
Yeah, they have a new principal and maybe one of their new teachers too. I will reach out and see.
Okay. All right, and then welcoming week.
Well, I'm the only immigrant here, so I think I should deserve it.
Okay.
I don't feel welcome yet. There was no food. I went to the kitchen directly. There was no leftover.
Are you taking those leftovers?
Yeah, honestly, because one day I came here, there was a lot of leftovers. As you guys were meeting here, just finish the food.
If you would like to receive it.
No, I'm not that self-serving.
Speaking of food, for the welcoming food something, were you able to contact Bags Little Asia?
We haven't reached out to them. I can ask Andrew, he's my food person.
I think Andrew has a list that he goes through.
Yeah.
So something needs to be added to his list for him to go through or something, because I did ask that question before, not for that restaurant.
Yeah, the main thing is we just, like, people have to bring their own setup for,
Should we ask somebody from the Washington Immigration Solidarity Network
That
to
would be
receive
great.
Oh.
Yes.
to receive the welcoming week one?
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's.
Actually, yeah, that's.
We like
in,
focused
yeah.
on any of the immigrants that might need.
And they might share it on their social media to promote their activities.
Yeah.
as well, maybe. Who knows?
I can reach out. They were one of the first people to respond, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think they definitely
Yeah,
deserve
that's
it.
what I do.
Nice.
Okay, great. think we are,
Recruitment.
well, yeah, there's so many things to talk about. I'm gonna fly through this. So, sorry, some of these slides are new. Just to review, we talked about community ambassadors when we talked about the community engagement plan. So we framed it up, they'd be a committee of this commission, and you would select the members. And they would support you, the staff and the city council, like any department who has, some kind of outreach, they could help support. They'd also help us build trust and relationships in the community like we've all been doing. And support community conversations. The way we framed it up in the plan was that we would have a standing item on our agenda called community engagement instead of event planning. We might separate them out or something. So they could actually participate in that part of the conversation. They wouldn't be officially part of the commission, so they wouldn't participate on the rest of the agenda or vote, but if they wanted to chime in early in the meeting and kind of hear what's going on, they would be welcome to do that. And then we do some training to onboard them. And there's a time commitment of at least 4 events per year. We are planning to start recruitment in September so that we would have applications for you to review by your October meeting, and then you could decide what the interview process looks like. And hopefully they could begin in November, depending on the interview schedule and everything.
But we are not interviewing. Or is the city council interviewing?
No,
No.
because you appoint the committee.
Yes, we-
It's a committee, it's like,
Okay.
so like,
So
and
the city
yeah,
council doesn't get involved?
Because they wouldn't be a commission.
Okay,
They're a committee that we're sponsoring.
okay,
City council appoints us. And
okay.
then we would find partners.
And they make
To support our work.
so I'm getting ready, Sienna and I are meeting this week to talk about like social media. We've talked about creating a web page off of your web page and off the volunteer page so people can learn about it. Creating a press release and flyers. We'll definitely reach out to all the candidates who did not get selected for border commission. And if there's something else that you think we should do, please chime in.
Will the flyer material or the press release be available at welcoming week? If community,
Yeah,
Members.
we can have
Yeah.
materials ready. Yeah.
because that might be a good place to connect.
Yeah, it's quite often on the table, so people can, so, how can I help?
So for the application, I don't know what kind of questions we're gonna ask, but maybe once we read the applications, we might be like, oh, this might be a good idea for us to be involved in if we don't select them.
Yeah, and I didn't put a cap on the number, so I think that's something for you all to think about. And also based on what people say their commitment level is. I mean, if someone can really only do 4 things a year, and somebody else can do like 100 things a year, I think it kind of will.
Yeah.
What are you implying? Like, are you comparing her to me right now?
No, I think you and I do all the things.
Anita actually does 100 things.
Yes, I know, like, I don't.
During certain seasons, you're way busier than I am.
Yeah, March, I hate.
But I'm also willing to put a cap on it if you think that would be wise. So just let me know what your thoughts are.
In reference to board commission candidates who weren't placed in our select, like who weren't selected for something like this, can I make a recommendation right now?
For
Dua Almond, she applied for this board
Oh.
and interviewed for this one.
Mhm.
She's very active. She is a great person. She has a lot of contacts. And I think she would just be a great choice for a community ambassador.
Yeah, just be sure to encourage her to submit. And we'll email her too, but like definitely talk to her.
Yeah, let her know that the selection committee thought very highly of her. We only had 1 spot, but yes, I would second that recommendation.
Okay. Yeah.
I did see she was selected.
Okay. So we're good with the purpose, the time commitment that we've mentioned, having an agenda item that they can listen and speak to, the recruitment period and process. And then, I didn't talk about
You said recruitment will start September 1st?
recruitment will start.
Yeah, because it's like
Next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Hopefully, I'm gonna meet with Sienna on Thursday, so, so this is just a draft of criteria, we have time to flush this out, we can talk about it again next month. But really we would want them to be in alignment with your commission's goals and values. And that they're committed to building relationships with the community, focusing on engagement with groups that historically haven't participated in the civic process, ensuring that we reach a representative audience, inspiring community leaders with connections to become involved, bringing ideas to us about how better to communicate with our
I like these goals.
people.
Yeah.
And then kind of more basic things, live, work, attend school or worship in the city, 16 years old or older, willing to commit for 1 year, which could be renewed by you.
For the commission, we have to live here, right? But the community, they are more
And
relaxed.
that's just my draft idea for you to consider.
Well, students a lot of times don't live in Mountlake Terrace.
Yeah, students
like
can
to-
also attend school.
This is just a personal thing. I'm not going to argue over it, but I don't like the worship in Mountlake Terrace part. We have a lot of houses of worship around. I don't feel like they're in any way connected to the city. Like, for example, the Romanian church in my neighborhood, they're never connected to anything. So I don't like that worship part.
So I do like it because we have, we celebrated Ramadan and there's a really impactful church community. There are very impactful church communities that are doing outreach and making connections within our city.
So there are, so you know.
Yes, I know from there. And the Catholic Church, St. Pius,
Yeah.
they also have people who live outside of Mountlake Terrace, but they attend school and donate and work within our community. When we were doing the nonprofit part of the Chamber of Commerce, St. Pius was sharing all of the projects and work that they do in Terrace. And they have people who attend church and contribute to that work that don't live here, that don't live here. One of my Girl Scouts went there and they've left, but they've moved a couple times, but they still attend the church and still participate.
I think one of the other reasons I was thinking about it is a lot of our places of worship are very culturally diverse. And so it's just another way to try to reach people that we're having trouble.
No strong feelings.
Maybe the church in your community needs to be involved more,
I
and then
know,
they would get involved and stay in
Stop
Terrace.
speaking and then getting involved.
I know a lot of people that have school who live quite a ways out on the terrace, but are part of one of the churches here. And the reason they're not living in Mountlake Terrace is because they weren't able to find housing that they could either afford or just
Housing. Period. Yeah.
for a long period of time. But because they aren't able to live in Mountlake Terrace, they're a lot more active in being a part of the community through their church, just because they're not able to actually be a part of that community physically.
Yeah, there was a chunk of time when there was like one house a month for sale.
Also,
Here.
I feel like if you're in a church and you're not like contributing to the community, you're not gonna apply for a position.
Well, see, this is how you talk back. All these years.
I know what you mean, though. Your point is well taken, because I
There are
think,
some people that wouldn't be interested in the community. You're not wrong about that, but.
well, there's a difference. At school, you're committed to that school,
Yes.
right? You're there. But with a church, You can decide tomorrow that you're gonna attend somewhere else.
Because the idea is, that's the place we were able to find to buy and build a house of worship. But who cares? That's the only place that we found, and we don't care about the
Yeah.
surroundings. And also, another concern, they might have other interests going on with involvement, but
Well, it'll all be, I mean, you'll get to meet people and
yeah,
decide.
but that's fine. It's not, it wasn't a strong opinion.
Right, thanks everyone for the great conversation. All right, we don't have a lot of time left, but I do think this is really important. Would you all be willing to stay longer than 8:30? I'll find some food for you.
Oh, I was literally just going to say. Do you have food? Nothing to go scavenge.
Your snacks.
I don't even care about my reputation anymore. Like, that actually is freeing. Like, being shamed, like, being a shameless pig. It's freeing. It is okay, Carol. She's literally.
Yes,
To keep you longer than you
Just get him a spoon.
I'm pretty sure I can find candy and finance.
I'll just give you my free water.
All right, can we go for at least half an hour?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so the reason this is important to get through is because we're scheduled to meet with council on September 11th. And were you all able to see the plan that I sent you the link to?
I didn't look at it.
Okay.
Sorry.
So, if you haven't had a chance to review it, I highly encourage you to take a look at it this week if you can, because I have to submit my materials to city council next week. But I'll just walk you through. One, consider the title. I was trying to find something that was not just the diversity, equity, and inclusion strategic plan. So if you have other thoughts, I welcome them. I had a question. I was trying to acknowledge all the folks involved, and I'm thinking we probably should add all the diversity, equity, inclusion commissioners from 2020 and forward.
Yeah, from inception, yes. That's funny.
Oh, goodness. Oh. I knew we had snacks somewhere. Where are them?
We don't tell.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah, take the good ones.
Okay, so just, purpose, talking about, the commission formation, that you needed a strategic plan. I'm working on the demographics section. I forgot to include it in the version I originally sent to you, so sorry. But I'm actually working on a really cool chart that will show how our demographics have changed since incorporation using the census data.
Oh, very cool.
So it's been hard to find all of the data, but I'm close to finishing that. So just background on the methodology. So just talking a little bit about the council. At first the commission tried to do the work themselves, and we'll talk a little bit about that in the next chapter. About there were community conversations that were held back in 2021 during COVID. There was a survey that was online, and then council allocated funding, and the commission decided to use it to do strategic planning and training. So all of that is captured there. For the internal analysis, and there's an appendix with all of the actual data, was the retreat that we had with the agency, the employee survey, stakeholder interviews with the leadership team and council, the policy and procedure review. And internal analysis for those listening sessions from 21, the 2 different online surveys, these conversations. And then the next section is a summary of all of that data. So the first part was more like the methodology, and then we summarized all of that data. And we've seen all of this in different ways. And there's an appendix that provides the internal and external data. But I did try to summarize it here. So I did talk a little bit too about the training, only because as a result of that, it produced more ideas from staff, and also, you know, as part of our action plan, right, is to, for all of us to be understanding of the issues related to diversity, equity, inclusion. So there were a whole slew of proposals that came into training that are summarized here. And so after all the findings, which are all summarized in many.
I recognize some of the charts.
So lots of explaining of the data, and then we have the action plan, which I've shared with you already, which is the meat of the document. So, I think I'm happy to take edits on anything, but I think if you have a little bit of time and not a lot of time, the action plan is the most important section to focus on. And this is I'm gonna call this a 2-year plan. I'll make it more clear in the title, like 2024 through 27 or so. So most of these actions should at least start in the next 2 years. And so the status and the performance measures will kind of talk about when something will be doing. So I have asked staff to provide input on this, and I have a meeting with the staff committee on Thursday, so I'll get more comments.
And when do you have to submit again?
I have to submit this by the end of next week to city council.
Okay.
The purchasing policy part is kind of shaky.
What's that?
The whole, say goals to increase the percentage of dollars contracted with small businesses.
Mhm.
It might open us, to like.
There's state laws about that as well. We can't have a quota, but we can encourage. And actually, state contracts do have a percentage requirement.
Yeah, like for example, Port also used to claim, I mean, they're still doing it, but this is the percentage, we highly encourage it, but then they evaluate the contractors based on that, but I think this is against the federal law.
Yeah, I understand. We can, well,
Yeah, anyway.
I'm not committing to like, we must do, but we will evaluate with our attorneys and financial experts on what we can do. And federal laws are changing, yes. Yeah, if you wanna edit the text for that one, just let me know. So, let's see. Lots of pages of actions, and you can go through those again if you want, but, so the summary really is just highlighting that as part of your annual update to city council, we can do, like a status update on the action plan, and that we will continue doing community outreach to measure, because, I mean, we didn't reach all of the community, I think that's why I wanted to create this, like, as a shorter action plan, like, we know this isn't everything.
It's not a comprehensive list.
Yeah,
It's a
and
starting point.
It's a tough, I mean, like, and this is long range work,
Yeah.
this isn't short range work. So, that's that, and I'm happy to focus on any particular section if people wanted to dive into something here tonight. Take a little time. I just wanna mention, I know we've talked about this before, but, I just want to say clearly again that the council has made a commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion through their ordinance that forms this commission, and that this plan, I hope, is in alignment with that, and that we will not receive federal funding because of these things for anything moving forward and under this administration. So,
But the council is okay with it.
yes. As far as I am aware, the majority of the council is okay with that.
Surprised.
And we don't have federal funding we're gonna lose.
That's always questionable.
Yeah.
Is there federal funding committed that hasn't been made?
We
yet?
have a federal project ongoing right now.
Yeah.
In fact, veterans.
Yeah.
Most of it's been built.
The bill's been paid.
Yeah, all right. If there's no other discussion, I was hoping to get a recommendation, but it sounds like a lot of people still have some editing and reading to do. So I think what I will do is let the council know that when I receive all your comments, that we've incorporated them and addressed them and let them know what that looks like. And then after the, I was also proposing to have a public comment period.
Who messaged us?
So the council presentation is on the 11th, so I can have, we'll have the plan posted by then, so we can launch a public comment period for a month or so. And that would just all be online. I think we've done a lot of outreach and promoting this through social media and press release and so forth, and having a way for people to comment online would be ideal. We could do a short video to promote it. If anyone wants to help me do that, I'd be happy to do that. And then we would, at our October 15th meeting, we would review all the comments that we've received. And I hopefully will have an edited document for you to review, a red line document, and I would want a formal recommendation at that meeting so that we can go back to council on November 6th with your recommendation. Does that sound reasonable?
Yes.
So you want our feedback by when?
By tonight. No.
Yesterday.
End of the week. got it.
Yes, I've got to incorporate it all into the final document and have it posted for council next week.
The end of
This week.
The end of this week.
Yeah.
My attention.
And so
span's
I
not
sent
very
you,
good.
Yeah.
I sent you a OneDrive link. I don't know if it will work.
It's sugar reverse.
The OneDrive link would allow you to redline and make comments, but you could also use the PDF. If you download the agenda materials. You read it and just send me an email. You can just send me an email with your comments if you'd like. So
Which email is it in?
there's, I believe I sent you, it would have come from like Carolyn, who was sharing a file with you through OneDrive.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I know I looked through it once and I sent you a couple. I think, didn't I send you a couple of comments or something?
You might have on the action plan.
Oh, maybe it was
Yeah.
actually.
Oh, if you search for Carolyn shared, it pulls it. February 25th.
No.
Oh, wait, how is that?
My
Sorry.
birthday.
Oh, that's the presentation, sorry.
I'll look for it again. I'll send you another.
No,
I'll resend it to you.
Thank you.
Would you like the editable version or a PDF?
Whichever's easier. Maybe that, yeah, maybe a PDF.
Yeah, PDF.
Okay, and then one last thing for me here. So both you and the staff committee have expressed interest in meeting. And I think after the adoption of this plan, it would be great to meet with the staff committee and kind of talk, I mean, it might be a good chance to do some more like team building and bonding, hear what each other's been working on, and then talk about the work plans for each of us moving forward based on the strategic plan. So I'm guessing if council doesn't adopt until November, I guess I just wanted to know, are you thinking it would be good to do something in this year or like early next year, but before our council presentation on our work plan?
When is our council presentation?
It's usually March.
I'd say before.
Yeah.
Just because if we're gonna do a presentation to council, we should probably be more in tune with each other.
Oh, for sure. I just wondered if you wanted to do it like this, like November, December, or January.
November, December, if we can get enough buy-in, if like travel plans, people's schedules work out. Could you do it?
I'm gonna be gone the first week, either the first or the second week of November.
Could do a doodle or
Yeah, we can do a doodle. I just wanted to get like a general time frame to start the doodling business. Evening after, like an evening meeting or like dinner and meeting.
Dinner.
Yeah.
I heard the word dinner. It's like meeting.
Dinner and meeting.
Mhm.
Okay. I think weekends will be harder to get staff here, so.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right, I will work on. Okay. I'll check out the stuff.
All right, moving into. We need a last. Do you want to start up?
Oh.
No? Okay,
Okay.
I'll start. All right. Well, I walked the parade. And I was surprised that it was so well attended. I don't know if there were as many people there, but there were more people than I thought there would be. August the 5th, National Night Out. That was well attended as well. The DEI table was busy. We met and talked with lots of people. Edmond School District Resource Fair on August 14th. I'd never been to one of those. We handed out backpacks and things like that. There are tons of people in line, people that wanted to get in and pick up the resources.
There's so much need.
What's that?
That means there's so much need.
Yes.
Because the people who line up are
Yeah.
for this plan, right?
Getting free stuff. Yeah.
It's an
Those are the
awesome
things I
event.
did.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. How long were you there?
when they closed down at 8.
Oh, no.
And Chris came and picked up Emily. I was gonna see if you could take her when you left, but
Yeah.
then you were gone. By the time, it was just a steady stream. And then she didn't even
I
notice.
went over to, I couldn't get settled.
Yeah.
Like nobody knew what my job was. So I went over to the kitchen, helped out there, took out apples, went out to the front of the line. Anyway, but that was fun. It was
Yeah. It's the first time I've done it too.
really
Cool.
interesting. I was glad to be of help. Now, are you ready?
Yeah. I didn't do much.
You were out of the
But
country.
Yeah. And I did some stuff overseas that I'm not allowed to talk about. But August 10th, I went to the North Seattle Jewish Festival. That was interesting. Then I went to the Sound of Africa Festival that was in Everett.
Oh,
nice.
I didn't stay long. It was not really. I wasn't really impressed. It just felt a little too pushy. This weekend on Saturday, the Kazakh community of Washington State is hosting a picnic just a community building picnic, but we're doing it in Redmond. I'm one of the organizers and I'm gonna play and sing. And then that same evening, Turkish community is hosting another picnic where I will play and sing. That's their Independence Day. And on Sunday, Uzbek community in Washington is celebrating their Independence Day where I will play and sing.
Nice.
So this weekend is going to be exhausting.
That's awesome.
See, I told you I can sing in different languages.
Yes, I never doubted that.
I speak.
Commissioner Peterson.
I was not able to do much just because we have been moving. It's been very stressful. Predicament, but I did walk the parade
Yes.
and that was very enjoyable. My brother was so happy.
Oh.
Everything was amazing. Everyone seemed so nice and just happy to be there. My only complaint was that the pirate cannons were too loud. I could hear it in my house like 5 or 6 miles away.
Okay, and I also marched the parade and had a good time and still a little bit of candy left when I got to where my grandkids were. I also did National Night Out and I agree that was really well attended and we talked to a lot of interesting people and that was good. Also went to the council meeting where they had another opportunity for community members to come in on the block stuff. You were there.
Oh, yeah, I was there for that too.
Yeah. And that was also really interesting. I mean, we were very concerned about it.
Mhm.
That's gonna be an ongoing issue.
Tomorrow, you and I are meeting with
Sam,
Sam Doyle.
yeah. Regarding that.
Yeah. We'll get your folder there.
Yeah, and so I think that is on my list.
Mhm. Okay.
Now we begin.
Yeah,
You should just write it down and hand it to us.
So into the parade.
Should we take a little break before?
It's not that long. I went to the parade. I took my daughter to a quinceañera party. That was really cool. Chris was supposed to take her, but then she wasn't sure about the whole thing. So we all went and we were gonna drop her off and we kind of walked down and it was very welcoming and so we ended up staying until like 10:30.
Oh.
It started at like 3. It was awesome. We did Twilight Camp for Girl Scouts in City Park in Edmonds. And while City Park has some really great things, I very much appreciate our Mountlake Terrace parks. And this Friday event at the pool was actually at the Mountlake Terrace Rec Center. And they used the little play field next to the Sonics basketball hoop to do their skits. And it was really fun watching all the families come to Mountlake Terrace. And then we kept their kids while the kids went swimming and the parents watched the skits and then were hanging out. So I think several of them went to Mountlake Terrace businesses. So that was exciting. We had the League of Women Voters board retreat and talked about the plans for the next upcoming year. National Night Out. And then there's a volunteer opportunity at the Snohomish County Auditor's Office on August 6th for validating the primary election.
Mhm.
And so they had pulled random batches on Monday, and then on Wednesday they did a public counting of a couple of select batches by hand counting and verifying the computer results. So that was very cool. My kiddo went to a art journaling day at Verdant. And so I guess it's a program that they run year round for teens. I was at the resource fair. My kiddo and I got there around 2:45 and I was there until 8 handing out backpacks with Nourishing Network. I spoke at the executive board meeting for the American Red Cross Northwest Washington chapter about being a DAT responder. And continuing our partnership there and confirming who's coming to welcoming week from their team. We are doing a Constitution Week planning for the League of Women Voters, and we're hoping to do one here in Mountlake Terrace. I know it's the same week as the art show, so I don't know exactly where we're going to do it yet. But the League of Women Voters have identified that on the governmental website, some of the Constitution paragraphs are not all there as they had been previously. And so it's not something I would typically have gotten super involved in, but so the League of Women Voters is going to have a very casual Constitution and Bill of Rights reading during Constitution Week at the 7 main cities points in Snohomish County. And Mountlake Terrace is one of them. We're just gonna hand out paper copies of the Constitution. If you wanna come, we'll have snacks.
Where's that?
Snacks. I don't know the exact date. November 14th to the 21st is Constitution Week. I attended the presentation at the Edmonds School District when they adopted the Every Child Matters Orange Shirt Day. And I wore my PTA Council orange shirt, so I'm in some of their photos. So I was not going to be, and then they put me in. So that was really cool. So that is what I did, but I do have a couple things coming up that I'd like to share. So Washington Public Schools there's a group now that's Public School Strong, and Tom Gerard had shared about this. And so I'm planning to attend September 9th from 4 to 5:30 at a Zoom session to orient. It's an orientation about their body of work and advocating for funding for schools. The Ways In training that our guests had talked about during their public comment is on my calendar for Thursday from 6 to 8. That day, August 28th, is also the Hawk Walk at Mountlake Terrace High School. First day of school, September 3rd. Cops and Clergy meeting is on September 4th. We've heard they're doing the active second. And they're doing the active shooter. Oh, so they're not doing it Thursdays. Okay.
Yeah, you did put the second in me.
All I know is what was the.
I will write Sergeant Porter and ask him that. There's also, that's Thursday is crafting at Snow Isle Library, and there's doing cards, and there's been a big push to have homemade cards sent out to senior centers, and I don't know if Vineyard or MBK are doing that yet, but I thought that might be a fun connection. And then the Luminary Walk is coming up September 13th. That's where we have our next meeting. And then Constitution Week is September 14th to the 21st. And that during that same time frame is also National Voter Registration Day. So in the past couple of years, we partnered with Common Power and the League of Women Voters and staffed a couple of hour shifts at Goodwill's. And so that registration should be up and out, and I will share it with Carolyn when I find the email that has the link in it.
I know we normally for Constitution Week have our friend from the DAR but I wonder if we could also have another guest from the League of Women Voters.
Oh,
That would be phenomenal.
Kind of share what you're up to.
DAR?
yeah, Daughters of the American
Daughters of
Revolution.
America.
Oh shoot, what's her name?
I'd say it's Betsy or Betty, but I don't recall. But maybe not, maybe that's just.
No, I know her, my grandmother was in DAR, and so, yeah.
I don't recall her name, but I can talk to Jeff about that if you think it's worth sharing, like a brief update on some of the activities.
Yeah.
If Matt gets back to you and says it's Thursday and not Tuesday, would you share that?
Yes, I will let you know. And then I will find out, yes, we're finalizing our volunteer plans of when they will be and exactly where.
I did learn a lot about American and cultural practices around the birth of children. You know, my daughter.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm still a good boy all the way around.
I was gonna ask how she's doing when we're officially.
We just believe we didn't have to slaughter a sheep in my son's backyard, but
Smell that
fresh baby out there. Baby head still,
Sorry.
yeah.
We also have a refreshed grandma.
Yes.
Did
I'm
not-
not very refreshed right now. My attention span's so bad after the last 2 weeks. So hopefully I can get through the strategic plan.
Right, do you have a staff report?
Yeah, just a couple things. So actually, staff have been working on food drive for the Concern for Neighbors Food Bank, and
And I
tomorrow.
was there when Andrew delivered it on Monday.
Oh, that was just part of it.
I know, but
That was just his bananas.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a truckload of bananas that he brought. And
Mm-hmm.
so tomorrow's the last day, and we're having as part of it, we're doing basketball hoop. What do you call it? Free throw competition. And the food is due by 8 p.m. tomorrow night. And I know there's some departments that are holding out until the last day because we're very competitive.
Oh.
But right now, there's about 2,000 items.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah. And then on September 11th, I have like an invite in your calendar, just if you want to come to the council meeting to hear the DEI presentation, or if anyone wants to help present it with the chairman, vice chair, you're welcome to do that, and we can work on that the week before.
Oh, no.
Is that when you're gonna come?
9/4, right?
It's September
11th.
Oh, the 11th?
You're gonna be there.
No, I'll be gone next week.
What's the next week?
Yeah.
Well, there's a date, 2 different weeks, right?
The proclamations are this coming Thursday, the 4th, or not, I mean, not tomorrow,
The
but
proclamations are the 4th,
Yeah.
and then the DEI strategic plan is on the 11th. That's right. So if anyone wants to
Okay, so
participate in that, I can work with you all on slides.
Okay.
Maybe I
Yeah.
can do that,
I
yeah.
can do that.
Isn't there part 2 on the 25th?
no, it's in
I
November.
moved it to November. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So,
I don't think I can do either.
okay.
I had all these open Thursdays since I booked first aid classes.
The presentation of Thursday was that what we presented last year. Is it something like that?
Yeah, but it's this year.
Yeah, I'm not doing it because that was a horrible experience.
What?
They just pushed up to the end. I was starving, and then they said,
Oh, that's
it
right.
was just about our time. They said, let's take a break. I was about to throw the table.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, because that was during fasting.
Yeah. I was to lose my-
So on the same night, on the 11th, I know you were involved in the tree ordinance and worked with Laura Reed when she was here. The draft urban forestry management plan will be presented on the 11th. If you're interested in that. On September 6th is the WAG Fest, so I put the cards out.
Yeah.
We mentioned the Luminary Walk. There's also a park cleanup on September 13th.
Is that National Day of Service?
Yes. And then on September 17th, there's a blood drive here at City Hall. And the night before welcoming week is the reception for Arts of the Terrace here at City Hall at 6 p.m. So
What's the reception for again?
the Arts of the Terrace.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I just didn't hear you.
I'll send those on an email, just so you have them.
Yeah.
And that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. New business. Any,
Any new business?
A new business.
excuse me.
It's not new business, but if we cannot get does the Hispanic Latino cover Spain?
What does it say?
It's not, I mean, it's not national.
I don't think that was the intent. There's like a different picture.
Okay. I have no comment.
What did you ask?
Oh, if we cannot get the school principal or teacher for the proclamation. I don't know if you guys remember Maria. She comes for the weed pulling volunteer thing. She's a neighbor of mine, and she's from Barcelona. Like I was gonna suggest it an option because, but then yeah, it became a point.
Alrighty.
All right, we are going to adjourn. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the snacks.
Thanks for hanging in there.
As you can say, there's some damage.
And I apologize, I forgot to put the speaker on our agenda. So that was totally my fault.
Feels like we need to rotate like.
Thank you.
So that there's.
Yeah,
It might have multiple